Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm going to do another tutorial here. If you watch my Let's Play videos, you'd see in one of my episodes recently, I made a video on how to make a thing that swaps out blocks. So when you hit the switch, it'll swap the lights out and everything for you. Well, I also mentioned at the end that I made a trap once on PvP map. So someone from my base, it would, basically self-destruct if they hit the right button or triggered it or whatever. So I decided that I would make a tutorial showing how to set up that, that actual trap so you can see it. I think it's really cool. So basically, you hit the button, to get into your secret base, no one's supposed to know about, and you get into your secret base. So here's my little makeshift secret base that I built. So basically, what you want to have happen is, so no one gets your loot or whatever, you want to have the whole thing just basically self-destruct. So what you would do is you would know not to ever hit this button. This is not a button you want to hit. Basically what happens if you hit the button, instead of reloading you with stuff, it's going to drop lava and shooting arrows at them and stuff like that. So it's just a way to hurt them. Start getting them wounded for what's about to happen to them. And then when they hit the button, basically this whole room is just going to disappear. I'll show you how that works. First thing I have to do is I have to put some TNT into one where the block is going to be for it to switch out. So basically, as you can see, there's no swap block yet. But instead of putting, you can put whatever you want, obviously, like I showed you in my tutorial, or my Let's Play. But this time, we're going to have a little bit more fun, and we're going to put some TNT in its place instead. So TNT here, and on that's all of it, right? Yeah. Alright, and then we can turn it back on. And there we go. Okay, so now we have all the TNT in there. So now if we go back inside, the trap is ready to be set. So basically, you would obviously know how to get in, but let's say someone ever were to tunnel into the side of your base, or drop in somehow, they would hopefully obviously not see your trap, or they could find a way in. So basically, they would come in, they would see this and be like, item reloader. Okay, cool. I'm gonna hit this button and see what I get. You could make it more tempting to push than what I did, but this is just an example. Basically, you hit this button, and it swaps out. TT comes over, and you're like, oh no, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, and then it pulls up, sets off secondary explosions, and destroys everything. It gets rid of all the items. Everything goes away. So basically, they drop from the top, drop down, blow up all the chests, drop all the loot on the ground, and then the secondary TNT, which I had underneath the floor of the room, blows up and takes out all the items, so no one gets any of your stuff, which is really cool. Also, as you saw, it looks awesome. Very effective. It completely destroyed the whole base, and it's a lot of fun to build. One of the things I forgot to show you though, a little too late now, as you can see, it's missing. But I had well, actually you saw it when I looked inside of the dispenser. It had lava. So yeah, if you were standing underneath the button, it would, instead of dispensing stuff on you, it would put lava. All right, and now to show you how to make that, make the trigger system to drop the TNT to set up the trap. So the way you're going to want to do it is you're going to want to start by putting the holes for the lights and the TNT to eventually fall through. When you put the holes down, you want to make sure that you have 4 spaces in between widthwise, and you're going to want to have 3 spaces in between lengthwise as a minimum. So then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take in place a couple blocks like that, and then I like to break the bottom block out because it's not needed. It doesn't really matter if you keep it in there or not. And you do the same thing here, and the same thing there. Then you take your sticky pistons, and you want to place a sticky piston on that block facing down into the hole. This is going to be what ultimately pushes the light in and also pulls the light back out. And then, since we're using the TNT as a trap, it'll push the TNT into place to allow it to fall down. Then after that, you're going to want to take in place regular pistons, one block away from the hole facing in. This is what's going to allow what's going to do the swapping, pushing the blocks that you're swapping into place to push down into the hole. So if we place all of the pistons down like this, then you're going to want, I'm going to use a block of redstone. The reason why I want to use a block of redstone is it's going to power the light in the hole. So that way the light is on, does its job. If you watched my Let's Play video where I put this in one of my rooms, you will see that I used a lever here to power the light. You do not want to do that when you're doing the TNT trap. The reason why is because when the TNT gets pushed into this space right here above that hole, this lever will light it, causing the TNT to go off, and TNT likes to jump. So there's a good chance it's not going to fall through this hole, and it's just going to blow up here, and you don't want that. So if you put this redstone block here, then the TNT will get pushed down into the hole, and then ignite once in the hole, which will allow it to fall into the room and do its job. As you can see over here, back before we had the redstone blocks, back in 1.4.7, I did it with the levers here. That's how I had to do it. But now we have the redstone block here, so this works out much nicer, looks better, and I like it a lot more. And redstone blocks look cool, I think. So then what you can do, after you get that put into place, is I'm going to take in place my redstone lamps here. Now, if you're going to use, glowstone, that works fine too. You're still going to need to have some sort of a power source here because you need that TNT to go off. So you're still going to probably want to use that redstone block. Then what you want to do is you want to come over and you want to take in place 3 blocks coming out on the side of the piston on the inner side here, and then on the inner side here. This is what we're going to put repeaters and some redstone on, and what will activate the piston that pushes the stuff down, and also activates the outer pistons. So after you place these blocks, you're going to put a repeater on full tick all the way back, like so, on all of these blocks. And the last one there. And then you want to take your redstone dust and place it connecting these repeaters in the middle and going out from the outside here. After you finish that, then place a block on top of each of these outer pistons. Do not place anything on the center pistons, though. They do not need anything on top of them. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to put a couple blocks up like so, and put a redstone torch on top of this one. And then you put some redstone dust on top of this block. What's going to happen is when I put this redstone dust on, this torch is going to power the redstone dust and can power these repeaters. And what's going to happen is these pistons here are going to push out, pushing the light underneath of this piston, and then after the slight delay we got here, this piston will push it down into place. So let's do that, and there we go. Now all the lights are in place, as you can see. So that step's done. So now what we need to do is we need to hook up so we can power and control these outer ones. The way we're going to do that is you put one block coming out from that one, and then go down one. And then out and down. And now we're going to put down some redstone dust along the top here. But as you can see, this one is connecting to this one. You do not want that. So put a block on top to break that signal so that does not happen. Then what you want to do is do the exact same thing on this side. Place your redstone dust down. Come over here. Place down the redstone dust on this, and I'm going to break the signal there. Don't allow it to connect there. And then once you have that done, then you can take your redstone torch and place it into these outer ones. And what it's doing is it's powering this piston now. Actually, before you place your torch here to power that piston, it's easier if you put the block in now, because later you're just going to have to disable the piston anyway. So So since we're doing the TNT trap, I'm going to put the TNT there. Now we can put the torch here and power it. So that piston's powered, so now when we do the swap, it'll be ready to push the TNT into place instead of the redstone map. We're going to want to connect these all the way to the back here. And to make sure there's enough signal, we're going to put down a repeater here. And if we come over like this, I'm going to put a repeater there, put a block here, and the button. Now this is the point here where it starts. You can put your switch down in the room wherever you want it to be. Because when I hit that button, it's going to power and activate the whole thing to do the switch. So now we're going to want to run this redstone back over here, and a repeater here to make sure it's strong enough. And just like the other side, we're going to connect both ends here. Now this needs to be connected too. So if you put a block here, and you put some redstone here, and go down, this redstone here, when you hit the button, it's going to disable that torch, allowing these pistons to retract so that it can do the switch. So now you do not want this redstone to connect with this redstone. So what I'm going to do is place a couple blocks right here so it does not connect. It'll keep the signal broken. Then you bring it down and connect it in place. So that's pretty much the setup. So assuming that we did this right, when I hit this button, what should happen is these lights should swap out, push the TNT into place, and drop down and do its business. Let's give it a try. Then those two went off. And there we go. See, it does its job. And then if we hit the button again, since we didn't blow up the top, it should put the lights back in place, and it did. Now, for some reason, these back ones did not go off. So let's take a quick look here and see if we can figure out why. There's a chance that maybe the signal here isn't. Oops. Hey, the signal isn't strong enough, so I'm going to put a button here and see. It looked like it disabled that torch. I think it's disabling that torch. Maybe let's put a delay on it so I can actually get it over time. Yes, it is. Okay, so the signal is strong enough. So that's not the problem. Now, so we got to figure out why this back isn't working. Now, we just put some blocks here and some blocks there. Let me take a look. It's all connected properly. It's on the full tick. Same with that one. It should be working. Why you no work? Why you do this to me? Why? Let's see. Let's try this one. It's weird because those ones are working just fine. Why isn't that one over there working? Alright, this is exactly the same. Well, let's see. What if we were to do something like put that there? I don't know why I want to put that there. That's not gonna do anything. Let's put that back into place the way I had it. It's very weird. Oop, wait. Oh, nope, I thought it was working for a second. It was just pulling itself like it's supposed to. Well, that is very strange. Why the backside won't work. Well, here, give me just a few seconds. I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to figure out what mistake I just made, and I'll come back and explain to you. Alright, sorry about that. It was actually a pretty simple mistake. Basically, I just overlooked the fact that the middle here did not have a repeater. The reason why you need the repeater here, even though the signal could reach, is because you want to make sure that the delay for the middle is the exact same as the delay for the outer sides. Because you need this whole thing to trigger at the exact same time. So basically now, when I hit this button, it will trigger all of them. And there it goes. They all drop, blow up, do their thing, and there we go. And then, it does all the damage and stuff. But since we did not actually blow the top up, since we only dropped it, so like let's say you're using this as just a dropping mechanism and not trying to destroy it, you can hit the button and the lights go back. So there you go. So basically, yeah, that's it. It's really cool, super useful design. You can make this pretty much as whatever length you want. I mean, if you want to make this really long, uh, all you have to do is basically just take this take this side here, rebuild this exact same side, but on over here. So like this would be the middle. So that block, this would be that middle here. So all you do is you just take these blocks here and you put them over here like so. So like you'd have a couple blocks coming over like this. And you'd have your redstone coming over, and you'd have your torch and all that. And you just basically repeat the whole thing over here, and you can do that. So it'll work like that. Because that's as you can see is what I did over here. It allowed me to have the longer room. So that's how you make that. It's a really cool, fun device. If any of you do any really cool things or come up with any other cool ways to use this, I would love to see them or hear about what you do. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider checking out the rest of my videos. Have a nice day. Bye.